The second night of spending time in the outdoor area came. It started approximately 30 minutes later than yesterday. There was very little variance in weather and temperature. The difference is trivial. The night sky has the same soft brightness. The wind and the trees are no different. Without understanding why, I initiate a data search regarding the tree that catch my eyes. I learned that this tree varies slightly from specimens of its kind found in natural forests. Though this topography seems natural, it may be cultivated and managed by the facility. I decided to traverse the outskirts as I did yesterday. It is not long before a familiar unit comes into view. There is no need to run a scan for visual matches. Know that it's Unit 024. 024 left side is turned toward me. It is sitting on a large rock. When I approach, 024 noticed me and turned around.
Are you looking for something?
024 initiate conversation.
Huh? Who, me?
I just wondered if you were looking for me. I did express a hope yesterday that we would meet again after all.
I was looking for 024? It's true. I may have been. I began walking the same route as yesterday, but once 024 came into view, I changed course to approach. I may have been searching for 024 in this area. Did I desire to reunite with 024? Why? I am silent due to lack of an explanation. 024 smiles again. A smile. What was the cause of that expression this time? I do not comprehend. Like so many other things.
Would you like to sit with me? This rock is large enough to accommodate us both. It would be more relaxing than standing.
Thanks.
I sit in the offered space and gaze at the same scenery 024 is looking at.
Can I ask you something?
What is it?
I decide to voice the doubt I experienced during the combat task today. In my limited experience, 024 has a better comprehension of such matter.
Do other units think about stuff that doesn't have to do with fighting and missions?
Do you have such thoughts?
To tell you the truth, I can't really say. Feels like I do, though.
024 is silent for a duration before speaking again.
Units of our model are all given a mind. It's so that we can eventually develop what is called an ego. The reason our appearance closely resembles that of humans is related. It's to foster self-awareness similar to a human's. Have you not been told about personas?
Personas?
The word is unknown to me. Accessing archive. Searching for persona. Over 1,000 heading fonts. I must filter the result further. Which subject is 024 referring to? I am silent as I think. 024 smiles again and resumes the conversation.
It's an ability expected of us that normal weapons don't have. The conditions to use one are theoretically already loaded in us. But a well-defined ego seems to be necessary to activate it.
I am already aware that we have been given a mind. Today I saw for myself the part that forms our personalities. It is activation triggered by development of communicative skill. Still do not have a good grasp on it. So 024 continue to speak.
That's why I'm sure there are others with thoughts that do not pertain to missions.
That would seem to be the case.
Then maybe those I've fought up till now.
024 train its gaze on me.
And how does that make you feel? The opponents you destroyed may have thought similar things to what you just did.
Do I feel things? I cannot say for sure. I'm unable to respond to the question. 024 expression changed again. The expression could be classified as a smile, but it is subtle, different from the ones I have cataloged as experienced before. Mixed with the joy and gladness of Riffy's smile, this one contained a slight hint of sorrow.
It's okay. You don't need to come up with an answer right now. It actually may be better to forget it. After all, tomorrow we may find ourselves ordered to destroy each other.
Once again, I detect a twinge inside from hearing 024's statement. It's similar to what I sensed during the data transfer today. What is it that wavered inside me? I am about to be lost in talk again. But as if it to prevent that from happening, a signal for our schedule still echo in each of our ears.
It's time. I hope we meet again.
As 024 quietly stand up, I'll be right. An expression I have come to know. Another smile. It appears as if 024 is adopting this smooth change in expression naturally and not deliberately. I wonder if I will eventually be able to do the same. Another night passes. Another combat task takes place the next day. Just as scheduled. I face unit flagged as enemy within the test chamber. I am overwhelmed with a strange sensation. The way that my opponents are expressionless now seems strange to me. There is no intent or cognition evident in their faces. There were no expression. They are blank. There is nothing wrong with them. That would be my normal assessment, but I recall 024 image. The blankness of these faces and 024 face when it had no expression are different somehow. Even when 024 had no particular expression, it was not this blank. Not every portion of that face was neutral. Further analysis showed that the same is true for humans. The researchers are never completely mechanical and expressionless. I'll look at the hostile flag units again. They are the same unit type as me. They were given a mind and may potentially develop an ego later. I recall 024 statements again. Do you feel something when you destroy an opponent? They may be thinking the same thing as you. I am on the verge of entering a long train of thought when the enemy moves. I take off my dot to focus on the battle. I study the opponent movement. I formulate the most efficient method of damaging it. I execute the method over and over. Here of action I have to select from, and my flexibility in linking them will decide the outcome. Having already receiving 10 unit worth of downloaded data, I'm likely second to none regarding the scope of possibility in this respect. At times, I can even anticipate their negation. Since my opponent are the same unit type as me, their tactics are determined using the same thought process as mine. That's right, they think the same thing as me. Eventually, after approximately 4 minutes pass, all opponents are silent. I successfully executed my mission. The day after that, I achieved a victory in the combat test with the same efficiency. It is easy to eliminate them. I first begin by targeting their weapon. It's not always necessary to destroy their main body. If they are incapable of resisting further, the battle is over. It is the most effective way. I win the next day, and the day after that. Units geared for close combat with no external weapons give me no choice but to damage their chassis. But even then, there's an order to things. If I destroy part that present a threat, such as the motor function or of their limbs, the match should be considered as won. Soon afterward, the buzzer signaling the end of the task echoes, just as I expect. I catch myself rushing over to the unit collapsed on the ground. I have only destroyed the unit's arms and leg. It is still conscious. But I realize I do not know its unit number. I haven't lost how to address the unit. The opponent asked me a question that I did not expect.
You seemed to deliberately avoid attacking the face or the neck in that battle. Why?
Huh?
I am momentarily at a loss for words. What the unit says is true. There is no damage to its face. I review my action during the battle and find that at no point did I attack its neck either. The cranial region is where the plum of dust is housed. If it is destroyed in any type of unit, that unit will fall. Aiming to disarm an opponent is effective, but would tackling this obvious weakness be a more efficient tactic? I avoided doing so.
I dunno.
The researchers enter the chamber and hide the unit from my field of vision. Could not determine whether my last word has an effect on the opponent's expression or not.
These past 3 days, it hasn't been destroying the other units beyond repair, like it did in the first battle.
It must be learning to finesse its attacks rather than just using brute force. The result? Swift, overwhelming victories.
Its evasive skills are improving as well. That level of flexibility in evasive action could never be replicated by chaining predefined maneuvers.
This unit's collected a good amount of feedback data too. It's growing steadily, feeding on the bones of its kills.
You don't have to say it like that.
The researchers are prepared for the download. Growing, destroying them and absorbing their data. That's what growing is. Did I truly destroy a few of my opponents these last few days? Some of their body was of age. While I download their data, I always kept their still bodies within view. Just as the combat tasks are repeated, my action outside each night are repeated as well. I become aware that I am seeking out 0 to 4 of my own will lately. When I attempt to communicate with other units, most often they cannot understand the meaning of my question. This prevents us from conversing. But they may not be the only reason. I want to converse with 0 to 4. I have begun to desire it. When I go to see 0 to 4, the white dog I saw the first day we met appears from somewhere.
This one seems to have been raised as a pet somewhere far away from here. But one day, it was brought to the forest near here and its owner suddenly disappeared.
Seems unlikely that 0 to 4 obtained such a detailed history of a stray animal from the research staff. Was all the information obtained by communicating directly with the animal? From a dog that does not speak human language?
Its name is apparently Snowy. At least, that's the name it responds to the most.
I thought it was a dog.
Oh, well, the name of this animal is a dog. But how do I put this? Snowy is what this specific dog is called.
Snowy.
Snowy barked once as if comprehending his name.
It's white, like snow. Easy to remember.
When I reach out my hand, Snowy rubs his nose against it without being frightened. The way it presses at my finger feels as if it's showing pride in its name. I do not know the tactical advantage that communicating with animal offers to a weapon, but I feel that there is value in spending time with it. I decide to spend out my outdoor activity time that day following Snowy around with 0 to 4. It is outdoor activity times on the next night. When I arrive in the outdoor area, I'm listening to a certain sound. I hear the sound intermittently every 4 to 7 seconds. I had wondered about the unknown ambient sound since the first day. But I determined that it wasn't a threat and focused my consciousness on other things. Tonight, I increased my microphone sensitivity to maximum and concentrate on that sound. It is similar to something familiar. I scanned my memories until I realized what it is. It is the sound of water. I hear it when the staff use a device to clean their hands and tool. The waveform has some similarities to that. But if the sound is at this volume in such an open space, the volume of water must be higher than a normal supply would allow for. What could it be? I contemplate asking 0 to 4. It is clear that 0 to 4 know much more than I do. Begin walking in search for 0 to 4. Where could 0 to 4 be? That's where we spoke a number of times previously. 0 to 4 is not there. 0 to 4 is also not at the rock where we sat together. Is 0 to 4 not here? I quickly discard the possibility. We are not ordered what to do while we are here, but coming to this outdoor area is an order. If post-testing diagnostics show no abnormalities, we are all to report directly here. I consider this. If there are no abnormalities, I feel a twink in my chest. It is larger than ever. 0 to 4 will be here if there are no abnormalities. But what if there were such abnormalities? What if 0 to 4 was damaged during the combat task? And sustaining damage is not necessarily the extent of the problem. Could it be? I realize that my arms are trembling slightly. It is not conscious movement. Cannot make it stop. It is possible that perhaps 0 to 4 lost in a combat task and was destroyed. In this circumstance, it will be expected for such a day to come. What if 0 to 4? What if she never came here again?
Oh, this is where you went. You weren't at the usual spot, so I was looking for you.
Until I heard the voice from behind me. My sensor has stopped accepting input. No sound, no light, nothing. All of them come back online with her voice. Turn around. 0 to 4 furrows her brows and look into my face.
What's wrong? The look on your face seemed as if you saw something frightening.
My face? My expression? Frightening? Am I scared?
I do not comprehend. I cannot make that judgment.
Are you perhaps scared of fighting?
Nah, I don't think that's it. What is this? I can't tell.
I'm scared. Scared of what? That she will disappear? During an operation, it is possible that I might assign greater priority to other unit safety than my own. But we are not on an operation now. And this emotion is not the same anyway. It's a different emotion. Emotion? Half emotion? I look to 0 to 4 face pleadingly. But I cannot put my question into words. I cannot express my feeling to her. Until 0 to 4 sees this, she says nothing. She only smiles, tenderly. It's the same smile she showed once that looked happy, but also sad. During that night outdoor activity time, neither 0 to 4 nor I speak much. We just walk together, side by side, without many words. Do not take the opportunity to ask her about the intermittent sounds of water. It is the next day. I detect some sort of weight in my chest. I am aware that there is no physical weight there. It is most likely a psychological phenomenon. I perform a vocabulary search. The idiom of being heavy-hearted applied best. I cannot help but find it amusing. It is a very apt phrase. What is causing this heavy-heartedness? That I may not be able to see 0 to 4 someday? That may be it. Do not think that is all. Over the next few days, I spend my time without finding an answer to this question. Each night after the combat task, when it is time for the activity, I seek out 024 first. And each time I confirm her presence, I feel an incredible sense of relief and rush over to her. We exchanged standard greeting in the first few days. That practice was eventually discarded. Now there are no special greeting between us. We can understand each other without words. Our eyes and expressions communicate enough. Tonight as well, I found 024 and rush to her as usual. There are no words, only an exchange of smile. We begin walking together.
Do you remember me asking before if you were scared of fighting?
And not.
To tell the truth, I'm scared of it too.
Her confession is surprising. It is a counter to our nature as weapon. Yet, for some reason, I am not surprised by it.
I'm afraid I'll lose and be destroyed, and it's painful for me to make others go through the same ordeal. We may be weapons, but shouldn't we be driven by more than seeking victory? I've been wondering that for a long time.
But that's against orders.
024 gave a half-hearted smile.
I'm sure things would probably be much simpler if I stopped thinking and just obeyed orders. Unfortunately, I finally found it. I found my answer.
Your answer?
There's someone I want to meet. I feel like meeting this person is my own objective and not an order given to me.
Since we have never left this facility, we have absolutely no acquaintance with outside people. There should be no relationship with such people. But I immediately understand. This person he wants to meet is someone on the outside. Even I don't know why I thought so. When I reflect upon that thought, the incredible wavering within me become greater than ever.
Ever since I started thinking that I was scared to fight, each day was painful for me. If I'm going to feel this way until the day I lose, I even thought it would be better if I lost on purpose. But I won't think that anymore. I feel glad now that I exist. I mean, we're loved after all.
Loved?
That's right.
I repeat that to myself. The word love. I do not comprehend. But when I look at her gaze, her clear eyes seems to see beyond the sky. Her statements seem correct. I feel that this must be something vital. As I watch her try to express something without words, it is hard to believe she is the same unit type as me. It seems more than that she is human.
Why are you telling me this?
It's probably because I didn't think anyone but you would understand.
Well, I hate to say it, but I'm not sure I really get it either.
I'm sure you'll understand one day. I hope so anyway.
Sheesh, why you gotta be so cryptic?
024 laugh at this. It is pure smile I have to catalog. I know without comparing it to anything that it is a smile of pure joy. I detect Snowy playing at my feet. After playing at 024 feet 2, Snowy runs up ahead about 3 meters and then turns around. Its tails move vigorously back and forth. Soon afterward, Snowy sits on the ground and looks up at 024. I watch 024 crouch and pat his head. I am thinking back about other things. Things besides fighting and defeating the nearest enemy. My own objective. Someone to meet. Still do not fully comprehend. But the way she is playing with Snowy tonight looks more fun than ever. A smile seems very natural. If the answer she discovered is the origin of that smile, I would like to understand it someday too. I can feel that desire building inside me, budding inside me. Bookmark. Okay, let's see.